Is up, Ladder Climbers? This is Antoine waiting from Elevate to the Unknown, the way reporter nextgenheights.com. And then today is Thursday, January the 29th, 7:37 a.m. Central, and we are live on the Daily Climb. Yesterday, we showed you the layoffs, 16,000 at Amazon, 30,000 at UPS. Today, I'm going to show you where that money went instead. Okay? Where did that money go instead? $135 billion. $135 billion. That's how much Mark Zuckerberg told Wall Street he is going to spend this year. That's a lot of money, ain't it? $135 billion? Woo, that's a lot of money. That's how much he spent. And he told Wall Street he was going to spend on data centers, on AI chips, on power plants. Okay? In 1 year. That's nearly double what Meta spent last year. Nearly double. And Microsoft, they got $625 billion in contracts waiting to be filled. 45% of that, one customer, OpenAI. So here's what happened on yesterday. Meta announced that spending. The stock went up 10%, added $145 billion in market cap in just one night. Microsoft, they beat earnings. Stock went down 7%. Wall Street punished them for spending too much on AI. And Elon Musk, well, he killed the Model S and the Model X, said he is converting the factories to build robots. I want you guys to type signal in the chat if you see what's happening. Type signal in the chat. Okay? Here's the pattern. Record profits, record spending on AI, and record layoffs. The money isn't disappearing. It's moving. And it's moving from your salary to the servers. This is a 54-minute show today. We're breaking down the Meta and Microsoft earnings, why $135 billion in spending means more layoffs, not more jobs. And we got Tesla converting car factories to robot factories. We got the Fed confirming no rescue is coming. And we got Boeing with a $682 billion backlog, hiring while everyone else is firing. Plus, we got case studies, real people, real strategies, what's working, what's not working. And Apple reports after the close today. We'll tell you what to watch for. Guys, this is the Daily Climb. Let's get into it. Let's see who's all in the chat. We got the Tech Middle Child. We got Big Suggs in the house. We got the Life of Cam in the house. We got Wayne Yu in the house. We got NC Work in the house. Good to see you guys. You know, I was live for about 5 minutes on another stream. I had to go and fix it. I don't know what was going on. You know, that's what happens. You know, I act like I'm a rookie sometimes when I'm going live these days. You just never know what's going to happen. So this is the reason why we do live stream shows. You just never know what's going to happen. You get the real authentic data and analysts. Okay? Analytics. Let me show you the data. Okay? Let me show you the data right now. Meta reported fourth quarter earnings yesterday. Revenue, $59.9 billion. They beat expectations. Earnings per share, $8.88. They beat expectations. Net income, $22.7 billion. A quarterly profit, a quarterly record. I said profit, a quarterly record, $22.7 billion. They never made that much money in a quarter before. They beat expectations. Stock reaction, up 10% after hours. They added roughly $140 billion in market value in one night. But here's the number that matters for your career. In 2026, the capital expenditure guidance, $115 billion to $135 billion. That's nearly double what they spent last year. So last year was $72 billion is what they were going to be spending on CapEx projects. This year, they are up to 135. I want you guys to type Meta in the chat if you understand why that matters. Type Meta in the chat. Okay? Here's what Mark Zuckerberg said on the call. Quote, I'm looking forward to advancing personal superintelligence for everyone around the world in 2026. That's what he said. Superintelligence. That is the goal. And they are spending $135 billion this year to get there. Now, where does that money go? $135 billion, because it's a lot of it. Well, let me show you. Okay? Let me show you where that money goes. Let me share a little screen with you real quick. Check this out.
Meta, also known as Facebook, officially opens its Gallatin data center.
As News 2's Kenley Hargett reports, the massive campus is not only impacting Meta's global operations, but also helping transform Gallatin.
When you're on Facebook, there's a good chance right through those doors is where your profile lives.
Meta, also known as Facebook, is now live in Gallatin. $1.5 billion is invested in the state of Tennessee, not only to house the state-of-the-art data center, but also to support Gallatin and Sumner.
That we were able to accomplish it and get this fabulous company that has done so much for this community, more than $1 million worth of contributions and donations.
Look at this. This is what $135 billion look like. Check this out. Data centers. Buildings that stretch to the horizon. They're building one in Louisiana. $55 billion project. Covers a considerable portion of Manhattan. Those are their words. This is where your salary went. Concrete, steel, servers, AI chips, fiber optic cables, $6 billion deal with Corning, nuclear partnership. They signed deals with 3 nuclear companies. Where does that money not go? That money doesn't go to your salary. Last month, Meta laid off 1,500 workers from the reality labs. 10% of that division gone. And more cuts are coming. More cuts are coming. Let's do this. Let's talk about Microsoft. Same day, same time, different reaction. Okay? Revenue for Microsoft, $81.3 billion, up 17%. They beat expectations. Azure Cloud, they grew 39%, a very, very strong number. Net income, $38.5 billion, includes a $7.6 billion gain from their open AI investment. Stock reaction, down 7%. But wait, they beat earnings, Antoine. Why did their stock drop? Capital expenditures. Microsoft spent $37.5 billion in one quarter on AI infrastructure. That is up 66% from last year. Investors got nervous. Here's a number that should concern you. Microsoft's remaining performance obligations, that's contracts that they signed but haven't delivered yet, $625 billion. 45% of that, about $280 billion, comes from one customer. Guess who that customer is? OpenAI. So Microsoft is spending $37 billion a quarter to build infrastructure for AI companies, not for hiring, but for servers. I want you guys to type Microsoft in the chat if you see the pattern. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Here's the math. $135 billion on AI. Microsoft, $150 billion annualized. Google spent $93 billion last year. Amazon spent $100 billion on AI. Add it up. $400 billion going to AI infrastructure this year. Data centers, chips, power plants, cables, not salaries, not headcount, not your job. Okay? Now, let me show you what this looks like for real people. All right? Let me show you what this looks like for real people. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment. Let's make this real. Because numbers are one thing. People are another. I want to tell you about 4 people. Same market. Same job market. Different strategies and different outcomes. Let's start with Modi. Modi Khan worked at Microsoft for 5 years. Many of you guys, if you've been on this channel long enough, you've heard the name before. You've seen the stories before. I came across him on Business Insider, okay? Modi Khan. This is Modi Khan right here with the glasses where my mouse is on the screen. Okay? See this article this morning? Sorry, laid off big tech workers. Your brand name resumes aren't a golden ticket anymore. Well, Modi Khan is the gentleman with the glasses on. He got laid off in December of 2024. That's over a year ago. Here's what he told Business Insider this week. He said, I've depleted much of my savings in fear I could lose my home. 5 years at Microsoft, savings gone, afraid of losing his house. And here's what he said about the job market. He says, it feels like recruiters are looking for Superman. I want you guys to type Modi if you feel that. Type it in the chat. Okay? This is a 5-year Microsoft veteran. Brand name on his resume. And he can't get hired. Business Insider talked to dozens of laid off workers this week. Here's what they found. Tech job postings down 33% from 2020. One person said he applied to 100 jobs, 0 interviews. Another said every job posting gets 400 applicants, 400 for one role. The brand name that used to open doors like Microsoft, Meta, Facebook, Oracle, it's not working anymore. But here's the thing. Some people are breaking through. Let me tell you about Deborah. Deborah Henderson worked at Microsoft for 14 years. She got laid off. Same market as Modi. The one in the middle is Deborah Henderson. Many of you guys probably heard this story before too. What did she do different? Well, she started a Discord group for other laid off colleagues. She built a community. Someone in that community gave her a referral. 2 months later, she landed at Meta. Same market, different strategy, different outcome. Here's what she said. Quote, it's so helpful to have the support of other people who are going through it. Deborah, she didn't apply to 500 jobs alone. She built a network, and the network delivered. I want you guys to type community if you're building your network. That's what we're doing on this channel. That's what we're doing on these live streams. That's what we're doing in the Patreon. It's building a community. Type it in the chat if you're building a community. Now, let me tell you about Jide. Okay? Let me go to Jide. This is a good one, right, as well. Jide is in here. Here's Jide. Jide, out of Bawele, worked for the federal government. Took the buyout last year. Started looking for jobs in New York City. He assumed New York would have plenty of opportunities. Millions of jobs for millions of job seekers, right? New York. Going to have a whole bunch of jobs. Well, he was wrong. He read an article that said New York City didn't add any new jobs in the first half of the year. The market was frozen. So what did he do? He expanded his search nationwide. First to Philadelphia, then to Chicago, then the Sun Belt, Phoenix, Houston, Nashville. The responses started coming. He ended up landing a role in Northern Virginia at a tech company as a compensation analyst. Here's what he said about the lesson. Going where opportunity is has been one of the most reliable ways to create a new path forward. His parents moved from Nigeria, then moved multiple times within the U.S. They went where their work was. City preference came second. I want you guys to type mobility if you're willing to relocate for the right opportunity. Type it in the chat. That's the mindset, guys. Now, the fourth person that I want to tell you about is in this community. Okay? The fourth person is in this community. We got someone in the Daily Climb community building a governance first RAG ingestion platform. For those who don't know, RAG is how you connect AI to your own data. It's the infrastructure layer. This person isn't applying for jobs. They are building the tools. We got another community member running tech talk sessions every single Thursday, teaching what they learn, giving back. That is what positioning looks like. Not waiting for permission, building while others wait. One of our community members said something on Saturday that stuck with me. I'd rather make $50K a month with a $5K electric bill than $3K a month with a $400 bill. It actually wasn't this weekend. It was actually on Tuesday. Well, there was some chats going on. My man Kamal said that. That's the mindset shift. And someone else in the chat said this: blue collar is the new white collar. I want you guys to write all this down. So here's the pattern. Modi, let's go back to Modi, guys. Go back to Modi. He's Modi Khan right here. 5 years at Microsoft. Applying alone. Savings depleted. Deborah, who you see in the middle right there, 14 years at Microsoft, built a community, landed in 2 months. Jai, the federal worker who we just showed on the screen here. This is Jai. All right. Federal worker, expanded his geography, landed in Northern Virginia. We got community members building tools, teaching others, creating leverage. Same market, different strategies, different outcomes. Here's the lesson. Modi's mistake wasn't his performance. It was his strategy. He applied to 100 jobs alone. Deborah built a human coordination layer, a network. The network delivered. That's not luck. That is positioning, guys. That is called positioning. Now, let me show you where the jobs are actually going, and it's not where you think. All right? Stay with me on this next segment. It's going to be a good one. Elon Musk killed the Model S on yesterday. Let me show you why. Okay? Let me show you why. Let me tell you what happened. Yesterday on the earnings call, Elon Musk made an announcement. He's ending production of the Model S and Model X. These are Tesla's flagship sedans. They've been around for a decade. Here's what he said. He said, I think it's time to bring the Model S and X to an end with an honorable discharge. Can you believe that? Honorable discharge? Like a soldier retiring. But here's the real story. What's replacing them? Robots. Musk said the Fremont factory, the one that makes the Model S and X, will be converted to build Optimus humanoid robots. You want to know what a robot looked like? You want to know what these Optimus human robots look like? Check this out.
Are folding laundry. I repeat, robots are folding laundry. The newest demo of the Figure 2 humanoid robot shows off its folding skills and potential areas of improvement.
Look at this. Optimus. Quiet. Precise. Terrifyingly human. This isn't a science fiction story anymore. This is the technology that is coming out. The technology is ready, guys. It's ready. 1 million robots per year. 1 million robots per year. Can you believe that? 1 million robots per year, guys. Let's go to this video right here. Look at it. I want you guys to type robots if you see where this is going. Type it in the chat. Here's what Musk said about the future. Quote, the only vehicles we'll make will be autonomous vehicles. So Tesla is going from making cars that humans drive to making robots that replace humans. And look at the numbers. Tesla's annual revenue down 3%. First decline ever. Automotive revenue down 11%. Profits down 61% for the year. The car business is shrinking, so they are pivoting to robots. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, guys? Crazy, huh? Now let me show you something else, even wilder. All right? ASML. Many of you guys don't know who ASML is. You might not know this company, but you should. They make the machines that make computer chips. They are the only company in the world that makes these machines. No competition. Zero. Let me show you why. Check out this.
Stage, which contains the blueprint of the chip pattern that we want to print. My name is Greet Storms and I'm the head of product management for our high-NA extreme ultraviolet lithography system. So what we're looking at here is the extreme ultraviolet light at 13.5 nanometers, right? This light...
This is a machine, guys. It looks like a spaceship. This is their EUV lithography system. You can't just walk in and off the street and operate this. They just reported record orders, record revenue, 32.7 billion euros last year. And you know what they announced alongside those record numbers? 1,700 layoffs. The CEO said this, quote, we are performing exceptionally well, but even a successful company must seek improvement. Record demand, cutting workers anyway. That's ASML. This is the pattern, y'all. It's not about Survivor anymore. Companies aren't cutting because they are struggling. They are cutting because AI is more efficient. Amazon, 40% profit growth, 30,000 layoffs. Meta, 24% record revenue, 1,500 reality lab cuts, more coming. ASML, record orders, 1,700 cuts. Tesla, converting car factories to robot factories. The market is signaling something, guys. Human coordination roles, middle management, administrative functions are being replaced by systems. Here's the business logic. In a high rate environment, the market doesn't reward growth at all. Okay? The market doesn't reward growth at all cost anymore. It rewards margin per employee. And AI has better margins than you do. I want you guys to type pattern if you see it. If you've been using AI, you know that it has better margins than you do. Okay? Let's talk about what the Fed says. Because we were going to hit that one as well when I spoke to you guys on yesterday. Because yesterday, Jerome Powell confirmed something that was important. No rescue coming, guys. No rescue coming. I told you guys on yesterday that the Fed was going to hold rates. They did. Here's what this means for your career. Okay? Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, he announced a decision. Rates held steady, 3.5 to 3.75%. No cuts. Here's what Powell said. Quote, the growth outlook appears stronger now than it did last year. Translation, the economy is fine. We're not cutting rates. Here's another quote. There was widespread support for holding steady today. The Fed isn't worried about unemployment. It's at 4.4%. They are comfortable with that. So what does this mean for you? No economic cavalry is coming. In the past downturns, the Fed would cut rates. Money would get cheaper. Companies would hire. Not this time. The Fed is saying the economy is strong enough. 4.4% unemployment is acceptable. We're not going to stimulate hiring. And Goldman Sachs said it clearly. The Fed is likely on an extended pause. That's what they said. An extended pause. That means no rate cuts for months, maybe all year. So if you are waiting for the economy to rescue you, you should stop waiting. The institutions that used to soften these transitions are not coming to help. So you remember Modi Khan, who we spoke about in the second or third segment of this show? 5 years at Microsoft, savings depleted, afraid of losing his home. The Fed isn't cutting rates to help Modi. The Fed says the economy is fine. Modi, go figure it out on your own. I want you guys to type Fed if you understand what this means. Type it in the chat. This is the reality. This is the new reality, guys. So what do? You stop waiting for rescue. You start building your own leverage. And that brings me to the opportunity. Okay? That brings me to the opportunity. Because while tech is firing thousands of people, defense and aerospace is hiring. Let me show you the numbers, okay? Stay with me on this segment. Boeing just reported the best quarter since 2018. Let me show you what this means for your career. We're going to flip the script on this one. Boeing had some bad press on them for a long time, but they flipped the script. This is the part of the show where we talk about opportunities. One of the things I love about the show is that we talk about the realness, what the data is showing, but we also talk about the opportunities, because among some of the doom and gloom, there are nuggets of opportunity. And I want to show you those opportunities. And that opportunity, the first opportunity I want to show you is Boeing. Fourth quarter revenue, $23.9 billion, up 57% from last year. Highest quarterly total since 2018. Commercial deliveries, 600 aircrafts in 2025, most since 2018. And here's the numbers. The backlog, $682 billion. That's roughly 7 years of guaranteed work. So while tech is firing quarter after quarter, Boeing has contracts locked through 2032. Let me show you what guaranteed work looks like. Show you guys a quick little video. It's what guaranteed work looks like, guys. Look at this. This is the Boeing assembly line. Slow, steady, guaranteed. This is what $682 billion in backlog looks like. Forever work. That's contracts that they have to fill. Work that's guaranteed. Record backlog. While Meta spends $135 billion on AI and cut workers, Boeing has $682 billion in guaranteed work, and they are hiring. The contrast is stark. Tech corporate, cutting. Defense aerospace, hiring. We have someone in this community, former F-35 cyber engineer, works on fighter jets. That's the positioning. Defense plus cyber, two of the hottest sectors combined. I want you guys to type defense if you're considering aerospace. Type it in the chat. Let me show you where else the money is going. Okay? Let me show you where else the money is going. Remember that $135 billion that Meta is spending? Where does it go? It goes to data centers. And data centers need workers. Let me show you where the money is. All right, let me show you another video here. This is where the money is, guys. Take a look at this. This is Ashburn, Virginia, Loudoun County. They call it Data Center Alley. Look at those buildings. Gray, windowless, ugly, but profitable. Highest concentration of data centers in the country. Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Texas. These are the hubs. Remember Jai that we talked about earlier in the show during the case study segment? The federal worker who expanded his search? Where did he land? Northern Virginia. Tech company. Data center hub. Data center technician jobs. 65,000 to 85,000 entry level. Up 140,000. Okay? Up to 140,000 for senior roles. Google pays up to 324,000 for senior data center roles. The jobs aren't disappearing from the economy. They are moving, guys, from corporate offices to data centers, to manufacturing floors, to defense facilities. I want you guys to type opportunity if you see where the pivot's happening. Okay? Type opportunity in the chat. Let me give you the action plan. Okay, let me give you the action plan. This is important right here. Step 1, if you were laid off, file for unemployment today, not tomorrow, today. Step 2, get OSHA 30-hour certification, $150, 1 week online. This opened doors to data centers, manufacturing, defense and aerospace, construction. Step 3, apply to 40 to 50 roles this week, not next week, this week. Target data center operations, defense aerospace, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Microsoft Azure infrastructure, Meta data center jobs. The money is moving. You should move with it. All right. And here's the thing. If you want the complete strategy, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Black Heights. Every Saturday morning, we do live calls. We workshop your specific situation. We talk. We have conversations. We build. We position. Inside the Patreon, you get resume templates. You get networking scripts. Saturdays are for people who are serious about their careers and are about building. Link is in the description of this video, okay? Check it out. Also, if you can't catch the live show every single morning, subscribe to the newsletter. Every weekday, you get a full recap of everything that we covered today. The data, the stories, the strategies delivered straight to your inbox, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. Central. It's automated. I use AI. Okay? Let me wrap this up and look ahead. Get to my executive summary here. when I do these shows every single weekday, I like to make sure that I leave you with takeaways from the show. Let me bring it home. 3 things to remember from today. Number 1, the money is moving from salaries to servers. Meta, $135 billion on AI infrastructure, cutting 1,500 workers. Stock is up 10%. Microsoft, $37.5 billion in 1 quarter. Stock down 7% because investors wanted even more AI spending. The capital that used to fund your salary now funds data centers. Number 2, same market, different strategies, different outcomes. Modi, applying a loan, savings depleted. Deborah, built a community, landed in 2 months. Jai, expanded his geography, landed in Northern Virginia from New York. The difference isn't luck, guys, it's strategy. Number 3, and this is the biggest one, no rescue is coming. The Fed held rates, said the economy is on firm footing. 4.4% unemployment is acceptable. You are on your own. Build your own leverage. Okay? And if you want to start building that leverage today, download the 2026 Career Protection Playbook. It is absolutely free. You get your AI automation risk zone, the 5 skills that actually matter in 2026, a 30-day quick start action plan, a weekend action plan with 5 specific moves. Plus, you get the Daily Climb newsletter every weekday, full recap in your inbox. Link is in the description. The professionals who survive 2026 aren't waiting for permission. They are building career insurance right now. Okay? Check out the link in the description for the 2026 Career Playbook. It's almost like insurance. You need it. Now, real quick, Apple reports after the close today, expected revenue, $138 billion, expected earnings, $2.67 per share. What to watch for? iPhone 17 demand, services growth, and any AI announcements. Tomorrow, we'll do our best to cover some of those results to see what the data is telling us. Okay? Before I go one more time, if today's breakdown was valuable for you, hit like on the video, share it with somebody. If you are new to the channel and haven't hit the subscribe button yet and you like what we're talking about, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. We also have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. We have Saturday morning calls. We have weekly strategy sessions. We have a community of people who are actually building, not just watching. That's our Patreon. A whole bunch of ladder climbers. Okay? Link in the description of that as well. And subscribe to the newsletter. Full recap of this show every single weekday in your inbox. You don't have to catch every single live show, but the newsletter, if you read it, you will have a full recap of everything that we talked about in this show. Every single thing that we talked about. Covers the data, the strategies, the stories, all in your inbox at 11:30 a.m. Central. Fully automated. Also, if this is your first time watching, hit the subscribe button. We translate business news into career strategy every single weekday, 7 a.m. Central. Hit the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's show. Like it if you found this information valuable, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who got laid off from Amazon, someone watching these earnings, wondering what it means, someone stuck in a job search. Share the show, help them climb. The money is moving from salaries to servers, from corporate to AI infrastructure, from human coordination to automated systems. But the jobs aren't disappearing. They are relocating. data centers, defense aerospace, healthcare, skilled trades. The question is, will you move with the money or wait for a rescue that isn't coming? Guys, that's the Daily Climb for Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. Cole says, how do I get the newsletter? Check out the link in the description, Cole. Wayne Yu, I appreciate it. Another great show. Thanks, Antoine. Ladder climbers, keep coming. Good to see you, Chris. Good to see you, Topaz. Good to see you, Life of Cam. Tech Middle Child, always good to see you. Ebony, good to see you. NC Worker, good to see you as well. Guys, go and crush your day. It's Thursday. Let's get to work. Let's get to the money. More importantly, let's make sure we're making the right moves and crushing our day to day. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's show. Take care now. Bye-bye.